Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Dhyananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Bitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadanti Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Nisha Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Satvedam Svavadudam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Shya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanushtute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभयेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare,
राम
Hare
राम राम
Rama,
राम
Rama
हरे
Rama,
हरे
Hare Hare.
हरे कृष्णा
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
We are reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, second chapter. Today's verse is 36, and we can just discuss today among ourselves. I think we have no speaker among us today, so you can start reading the verse, Shashwin.
Can I read, Prabhuji? Can I read the verse today?
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim. Yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dina Taranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narotamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtakayeshwa Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavate Sevaya Bhagavate Utam Slokir Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Text 36. Tasmat Sarvatma Rajan Harihi Sarvatra Sarvada Srotavyaha Kirtitavyascha Smatharvayo Bhagavam Smrinam. So we will go for the word-to-word translation. Tasmat, therefore, Sarva, all, Atmana, soul, Rajan, O king, Harihi, the Lord, Sarvatra, everywhere, Sarvada, always, Srutavyaha, must be heard, Kirtitavyaha, glorified, Cha, also, Smartavyaha, be remembered, Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, Nrinam, by the human being. Translation, O king, it is therefore essential that every human being hear about glory and remember the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, always and everywhere. So I will read half of the purport and I allow someone else to read half of the purport. Okay?
Okay, Mataji.
Purport, Srila Sukadeva Goswami begins this verse with the word tasmat, or therefore, because in the previous verse he has already explained that there are no inauspicious means for salvation other than the sublime process of Bhakti Yoga. The Bhakti Yoga process is practiced by the devotees in different methods like hearing, chanting, remembering, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, worshipping, praying, rendering service in love, becoming friendly, and offering all that one may possess. All 9 methods are bona fide methods, and either all of them, some of them, or even one of them can bring about the desired result for the sincere devotee. But out of all the 9 different methods, the first one, namely hearing, is the most important function in the process of Bhakti Yoga. Without hearing sufficiently and properly, no one can make any progress by any of the method of practice. And for hearing only, all the Vedic literatures are there, compiled by authorized persons like Vyasadeva, who is a powerful incarnation of Godhead. And since it has been ascertained that the Lord is a super soul of everything, he should therefore be heard and glorified everywhere and always. That is a special duty of the human being. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So I allow someone else to start from when the human being gives up the process.
Hare Krishna. Anyone wants to carry on reading? Okay, I will take up the service. When the human being gives up the process of hearing about the all-pervading personality of Godhead, he becomes victim of hearing rubbish transmitted by man-made machines. Machinery is not bad because through the machine one can take advantage of hearing about the Lord. But because machinery is used for ulterior purposes, it is creating rapid degradation in the standard of human civilization. It is said here that it is incumbent upon the human beings to hear because the scriptures like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam are made for that purpose. Living beings other than human beings have no ability to hear such Vedic literatures. If human society gives itself to the process of hearing the Vedic literature, it will not become a victim to the impious sounds vibrated by impious men who degrade the standards of the total society. Hearing is solidified by the process of chanting. One who has perfectly heard from the perfect source becomes convinced about the all-pervading personality of Godhead, and thus becomes enthusiastic in glorifying the Lord. All the great acharyas like Ramanuja, Madhva, Chaitanya, Saraswati Thakura, or even in the other countries, Muhammad, Christ, and others have all extensively glorified the Lord by chanting always and then and in every place. Because the Lord is all pervading, it is essential to glorify Him always and everywhere. In the process of glorifying the Lord, there should be no restriction of time and space. This is called Sanatana Dharma or Bhagavata Dharma. Sanatana Dharma, Sanatana means always and everywhere. Bhagavata means pertaining to Bhagavan, the Lord. The Lord is the master of all time and all space, and therefore the Lord's holy name must be heard, glorified, and remembered everywhere in the world. That will bring about the desired peace and prosperity so eagerly awaited by the people of the world. The word cha includes all the remaining process or methods of bhakti yoga as mentioned above. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. We can just contemplate on the meanings of the translation and the purport. It's a it's a very deep verse about the final goal of life of glorifying and remembering the Supreme Lord. Yeah. So Prabhupada has wonderfully mentioned that the many points he has mentioned about the bhakti, and he's also mentioning the different process of Navavidha Bhakti. That means 9 process of devotional service. That means Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. That means hearing about the Lord, chanting about the Lord, and remembering the Lord, serving the Lord. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, worshipping the Lord, Vandanam, offering obeisances, Vandanam, Dasyam, being a servitor, Dasyam, Sakyam, friendship, Atmanivedanam, that means surrendering everything, like just like Bali Maharaja. So, out of these processes, Prabhupada mentioned that only one process is very, very important. We can take up all the 9 processes, and then we can take up 2, we can take up 3, but the first mentioned 2 processes, namely hearing and chanting, are very, very important. And then that we can all see that the more we hear, the more we chant, the more we become pure and pure, and uh, to receive Krishna's mercy. So yesterday we were discussing about the intelligence, the supreme. I mean, the intelligence is given by Krishna. By sitting in the heart, he gives the intelligence, and he gives the lights the lamp of knowledge, so that we can become awakened. But still, we have to use our senses to glorify Krishna. Our senses are mainly hearing and the tongue. The tongue is the most important sense. So if you use the tongue and then also the ears in glorification of Krishna, so it will bring about the all changes. So um, these are the things which is coming out of this verse and coming out of this purport by Srila Prabhupada. And the most important thing, of course, is hearing and chanting. And then, of course, all the other limbs of bhakti mentioned by Srila Prabhupada is also important. Like yesterday, Rukma Prabhu was saying, like an example of Amrish Maharaja. So he used the eyes to see the Lord. He used the hands to serve the devotees. He used the serve the devotees and deities, and he used the tongue to eat Krishna prasadam. He used the legs to go to the temple of Krishna. So he used practically all his senses to in the service of Krishna. So if not all, at least we can start off by doing these simple things. Anybody anywhere in the world can do these 2 simple things, hearing and chanting. So we are all endowed with a supreme mercy by Srila Prabhupada, that we can sit in our comfort of the home, and then start learning about Krishna consciousness, and then also chanting, and then hearing. So these are my few points which we could gather and then present. Hare Krishna. Anyone else wants to share? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, everyone. Yes, we see here it is talking about in the purport. And for hearing only, all the Vedic literatures are there, compiled by authorized persons like Vyasadeva, who is a powerful incarnation of Godhead. So we see that Vyasadeva is a literary incarnation of the Lord. Like Narad Muni is a mind incarnation of the Lord. So can you hear me properly, Prabhuji? Can everyone hear me? Yes.
Yes,
so thank you. Yes, thank you. So we know Vyasadeva, he wrote so many literatures, but then he was not happy. Then Narad Muni, who is his guru, Narad Muni, realizing that yes, my disciple is not happy, he appeared in front of Vyasadeva and instructed Vyasadeva. He said, Vyasadeva, you have written so much about the demigods, about the karma kandi and everything. People will fight in the Kali Yuga. So then Vyasadeva, he meditated, he closed his eyes, and then he meditated, and then he realized that yes, he saw Lord Krishna. And this Lord Krishna was Radharani, plus behind him was Maya Devi, or Durgama. So all these entities, they are there to help us. It depends on which way. So suppose people are praying to Durgama. So it's not bad. I'm not against it, but they should not be asking for material gain. They should be asking for bhakti. She will give bhakti. But if we ask for material gain, yes, we become opulent, but in the darkness. So now Vyasadeva, he has compiled all this. So we just have to take the opportunity. If we don't take the opportunity, we are the loser, right? And then we know that the 9 processes, as you said, so they are described by Prahlad Maharaj. In the 7th canto, we know Prahlad Maharaj first time come in the 7th canto. So he says that just to hear about Vishnu transcendental name, his name, his form, his characteristics, his pastimes, his possessions, and to hear and to chant also, and to remember him, to remember his lotus feet, and then serve him. That's what Prahlad Maharaj is saying, that we should become the servant of the Lord. That's all. He was only 5 years old, I think, Prahlad Maharaj. And then 5 or 6 years old he was. But he was so absorbed in the service of the Lord that the Lord appeared in front of him as Narasimhadev, because he had such faith in the Lord. That's how, when we listen, we start on listening. So how come Prahlad Maharaj at the age of 5, how did he happen to know the Lord? So he was in the womb of his mother, and the story goes that his mother Kayadu, because his father was very powerful, he was kind of terrorizing all the demigods. So his father, while he was meditating away, so all the demigods came, and Indra, and they took Kayadu away. They said that Kayadu is pregnant, and if Hiranyakashipu is a big demon, what will his son become? His son will be a bigger demon. So they were taking her away. But then Narad Muni appeared in front of them and stopped them and said that the child in the womb of Kayadu, he will be the biggest devotee. Why are you taking him? Whatever his father is doing, the child is not responsible for that. So in this way, Narad Muni took Kayadu to his ashram. When he took Kayadu to every day he was narrating Krishna Katha, Krishna Katha, Krishna Katha, and Prahlad was listening in the womb. From there, Shravanam has started. That's why we advise young mother to be listen to the katha while you are pregnant. So it has a very good impression on the child, and the child can hear. So then Prahlad Maharaj, he listened from there, and he knew everything about the Lord. That's how, when he went to Guru, to his masters, what's his name? Sam and Amark, I think, something like that. Amark and I forgot their name. And then
Shanda Namarkya.
Yes. So when his father asked, "What did you learn?" and he started talking about Lord Vishnu, and the father got angry and asked the 2 teachers, "What have you taught my son?" And they said, "We don't even know what your son is talking about. We have never spoken these things, but because of due to listening, Prahlad Maharaj has already acquired all the knowledge from the womb of his mother." So that is on Prahlad Maharaj. Now let's go to Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj, he had the last 7 days of his life when he was cursed. What did he do with the 7 days? He just sat and listened. He sat and listened, and he listened constantly the Srimad Bhagavatam. So now when Prahlad Maharaj was by the river Ganga, waiting for the 7 days to end, so many great sages come from around the universe. So many of them. But then he was asking, what should I do? What should I do? Nobody could tell him, because those sages, they were not pure devotees of the Lord. They had some devotion, they had acquired the siddhi, they had acquired the mystic power, but they were not qualified to go to Golok Vrindavan. Whereas Parikshit Maharaj, he was qualified to go to Golok Vrindavan. That's why when Sukhdev Goswami arrived, Sukhdev Goswami only could tell what to do. Listen to Srimad Bhagavatam for the coming 7 days. But what did he do? Parikshit Maharaj, he did not move from there. He did not even drink some water. He did not even eat something. He did not even sleep, because in his mind, if I drink or I eat, I will have to evacuate. I will have to have a shower. I will have to waste time. I may fall asleep. He said, no, I'm not going to do anything. Similarly, why did Sukhdev Goswami, he did not move at all. He did not move at all. He just focused on Bhagavatam. And some commentators said that Radharani's name is not mentioned anywhere. Why? because it is said that Sukadeva Goswami, he was a parrot of Radharani. And as soon as Radharani's name is mentioned, he goes into Samadhi. So, because Prajit Maharaj had only 7 days, Sukadeva Goswami did not want to go in Samadhi. He wanted to make sure that Sukadeva Goswami is benefiting from hearing the Bhagavatam Katha. And also we know Sukadeva Goswami, he 7 days and 7 nights without moving, he chanted, and Prajit Maharaj, he listened. And now we go to also to remembering. Remembering is Prahlad Maharaj, despite his father torturing him so much, he did not stop listening. He did not stop instructing his friends, his young friends, don't play, please come and listen. There is no limit of age, any time, any age, anywhere, any place. We can listen to the holy name. We can chant the holy name. That is when he was serving, that is what remembering, chanting and remembering. Now, serving, who serves most among all the great devotees, who serves most is Lakshmi Devi. Lakshmi Devi, she is constantly serving the lotus feet of the Lord, of Lord Vishnu. Constantly is engaged in the service, massaging the lotus feet of the Lord. And then we go to deity worship, Archanam. So here we use the service, the example of, we can use example of Amrish Maharaj. We can use example of Prithu Maharaj. He was an opulent royal king, and he used all his opulence, all his possession in the service of the Lord. Both Amrish Maharaj and Prithu Maharaj, both of them, they did the same. And praying, Vandanam. So Vandanam, there is many examples that we can take, but what I can remember is Akrura. Akrura, even when he was going to take Krishna and Balaram from Vrindavan to Mathura, he was praying. And that what happened to him. He had so many gods with him. He said he was scared if Kamsa sent some demons to kill Krishna. So he said, okay, he had so many gods. He said, I'm going to do my Gayatri. He went in the river. Usually Gayatri should be done in the water, in the river, standing up to the belly in the river halfway, and then there we should be doing the Gayatri, but this is not possible in this Kali Yuga. So Akrura went into the water, and then Krishna and Balaram were laughing. Why is he saying to the god to take care of us? Then when he went in the water, he saw Krishna and Balaram sitting there. And then he came out, and then he saw them again. And what happens is, in and out of the water, and in and out, he's seeing them again. So what did he do? Then he realized that yes, they are the real Lord. Then he prayed to them. That is also praying also. And then when we see Dasyam, like we think about Hanumanji, how he was the best of servants. He would do anything for Lord Ram. He was an intimate servant of Lord Ramachandra, and he would make sure that he is executing all the orders despite difficulty, like going to get the mountain to bring when he went to get the Sanjeevani Bhuti, he didn't know what to do, which one to take. And he said, because they told him that the one plant that is kind of illuminating, you take that one. But what happened is, because every plant were like illuminating on the mountain, he just picked the mountain itself and that mountain was from Himalaya to go to where Ravana was, Lanka. It was a long distance. Now on his way, with a mountain in his hand, while going also he encountered many obstacles, like Mainak, like the demoness wanted to eat him through the shadow, and all these things. Even Lankini, even there, he had all these problems he had, but still he brought the mountain. While he was coming back, Bharat, who was living in Dandagram, he saw the mountain flying, and he was thinking, this must be a demon. And then he shot Hanuman in his leg. Hanumanji, he came down and he started calling Rama, Rama, Rama. Then Bharat Maharaj was sure that it is not a demon, it is someone who is a servitor of my brother. Then he asked for forgiveness, and he helped Hanumanji to go with the mountain again. And then that is executing orders. Now, if we go to Sakyam, Sakyam is friendship. Now, who is the best friend of Krishna? That is Arjuna, right? He was so close that, and then not only he didn't even serve Krishna, but Krishna served him. Krishna became his chariot driver on the first. Krishna became his messenger, going to the palace of Duryodhana, like peace messenger. Then what happened? Then he became his chariot driver, and then he became like he was with them, his guard during the battle on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He would stand outside of the tent and he would guard on the Pandava while they were sleeping. And every time he has something to do just to save the Pandavas. He served them like even he became the message. He would massage the feet of Duryodhana, because the person who was doing the massage of Duryodhana, his head and his body after war, after he was fighting whole day. At night, he had a person, a servant, who will massage his body. But that person, he was a great devotee of Krishna. And one night he was so sick he could not go, and he started praying to Krishna. He said, if I don't go, Duryodhana will kill me. What should I do? Then Krishna took the form of that person, that servant. He went and did the service to Duryodhana. So that is of service, what we do of Dasyam. And also we know we talk about Sakyam friends also. And then we have Atma Nivedanam. So Atma Nivedanam is very, very beautiful as well. We can tell the story of Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj, who was the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj, he was very powerful. He was in the demon race, but he was very, very powerful. So he was conquering the whole universe. And then the Devtas, they went and prayed. They went and prayed to the Lord. So the Lord said, okay. They didn't go. Their mother go, because when Indra went to Aditi, his mother, and he was complaining because Indra is so used to great opulences, and then because Bali Maharaj was conquering everywhere, so he went to his mother and he complained. And his mother prayed, and his mother asked from Kashyap Muni, what should I do? My sons they are bereft of the kingdom. Then Bali Maharaj, then Kashyap Muni told her to do I think the Vrat, Payo Vrat, or one of the, I forgot the name, because there's two main Vrat that he said, and keep that Vrat for 12 days, eating only one time, drinking only milk one time, and then do all the rituals, do the yagnas, feed the brahmanas, and for 12 days, Aditi did that, and then the Lord appeared in front of her. The Lord told her that I will come as your son, and I will help your other sons. So he came as Vaman Dev. So when he was 5 years old, the Vaman Dev, he went to the arena of Bali Maharaj, where Bali Maharaj was performing yagna, and there he asked for 3 steps of land. And Bali Maharaj was laughing. Brahma said, what are you going to do with 3 steps of land? Look at your size. Your steps are very small. So why are you asking? Ask me for 5 villages, for 5 towns, for 5 palaces, I will give you. And then Vamandev said, no, I will ask according to my capacity. So that is my capacity. Then he gave Bali Maharaj say, okay, yes, I will give you. And when he was doing, they have to take the vow, take water in hand and say, yes, I'm going to give you, to accept whatever I'm going to do. I'm going to abide to what I have promised you. So what happened then? Bali Maharaj, the spiritual master is Sukracharya. Sukracharya knew, he meditated and said, no, this is not an ordinary Brahmana. This is the Supreme Lord himself. And he told Bali Maharaj not to give anything because he will take everything. He is the Lord himself. But Bali Maharaj said, who will be more fortunate than myself? Because if I refuse, I will lose my good fortune. This is my good fortune. If he has come for that, I will give it. So Bali Maharaj gave the accepted to give 3 steps of land. And here we see that this is another Virat Roop of the Lord. It is not the same Virat Roop as the Lord showed in Duryodhan Palace or on the battlefield, or in his mouth as baby Krishna when he showed it to Mother Yashoda. This is another form of Virat Roop. He enlarged himself. With one step, he covered the whole Bhumandal. With the second step, he covered the sky. And then it was so huge, so massive that it pierced the outer layer, and then water started dropping from the Karnataka ocean and washed his lotus feet and came down. And that water was gathered by Lord Brahma in his Kamandalu. And then that water, that is what is Gangama. That we know the story of the word, it comes down. She comes down. So this is the, then Bali Maharaj, he gave everything. But then the Lord said, you have promised 3 steps of land. I have taken only 2. So where should I put my 3rd step? My 3rd, tell me. Then Bali Maharaj asked the Lord, who is greater? Is the donation or the donor? Then the Lord says a donor. So then he said, okay, I am still here. Put your foot on my head. That means I will complete my promise, my vow. So then the Lord put his foot on Bali Maharaj's head and pushed him down to the Sitala Loka. So that is Atma Nivedanam, how he can do that. But we have many ways. We are not other great devotees, but in our capacity, we can still do little service to the Lord. Some people may say, "Oh, the Lord doesn't eat. The Lord, why are you giving? Why are you offering?" But because we have the faith, yes, that the Lord eats. Doesn't matter. We know that the Lord eat with can eat with his eyes. So he just glance over that bhoga that we are offering, and it become Mahaprasad. And some people will say, "Oh, the Lord doesn't sleep. Why are you offering a bed?" But for us as devotees, we know that the Lord does sleep. That the Lord is a person. He's a supreme person, right? So that's why we should always do some little service to the Lord, and that will be our benefit, not for others. Okay? So Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I think I've spoken too much. I'll stop here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji, for taking time and then giving all the reflections, and also re-explaining the 9 different types of devotional activities, plus giving examples of devotees who are supposed to be the chief among the devotees for these 9 processes. So yes, thank you so much, Mataji. And I mean, when we are hearing about so much of hearing and chanting, so I was just thinking about the Shikshashtakam again. So Shikshashtakam says that Namna Makari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti. That means Krishna has invested many potencies in his holy name, and then he's got all the potencies. So and then there's no hard and fast rule to chant these names, But our misfortune, our ill fortune is Mahaprabhu is saying, I have no attraction to the holy names. So this is our scenario where Hare Krishna Mahamantra is so powerful that it can give us beyond dharma, artha, kama, moksha. That means, I mean, whatever human being can think of, getting more than liberation, it can give Krishna prema. So, but we as practicing devotees, we don't generally, give importance to chanting and give importance to hearing. So here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says it's really ill fortune that even after hearing so much about the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, even if it's such a simple process, anybody anywhere in the world, in any place, can chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and then be in the sense, it can get out of the clutches of Maya. So, but still, we don't believe this simple process that it will work. So that is our, that is, I mean, I'm saying for myself. So that is our ill fortune, that that we don't have that firm faith that holy name can give everything. So that whenever I hear about these things, I start relating to Shikshashtakam, so which concisely says everything about the devotee and the devotional service and the cleansing process of the holy name, and then different levels of bhakti, what the devotee goes through. So this process of hearing is so important, and then so effective, that like Mataji was saying, that Prahlad Maharaja was just in her mother's womb, and then his as we all know, in the mother's womb, the senses are not yet developed, but still the hearing sense was developed, and then Prahlad Maharaja could hear all the Bhagavad Katha, what his guru Narada Muni was saying. And then even though his mother was sleeping, but he could hear, and then he could assimilate all the knowledge from the womb. And then once he came out, and he was just already a devotee. So then, as Mataji was saying, that Hiranyakashipu had appointed some two gurus to teach all the political science and to teach all the other science of politics, but he was not interested at all. He used to gather all his batchmates, and then used to say that don't waste your time. This human birth is very, very, very rare, and then we should start this Krishna conscious process from the very beginning of life. Kamara Tacharet Pagna Dharman Bhagavataya. So that means even from the childhood, one should start practicing, because Durlabham Manusham Janma. That means human birth is very, very rare. So the hearing process is so glorified in this verse. Hare Krishna. Any other reflections, Hare Krishna?
Yes, Prabhuji, as you just said, this human birth is very, very rare. And we know Srila Prabhupada always say, give me this one life, give me this one life. Why? Why he always say, give me this one life? Like yesterday itself, I was giving a class in the chat, and I was talking about it, and I was saying that why Prabhupada will say, give me this one life? And then I gave the example of Gajendra. Gajendra was a great king, King Indradumna. So what happened? He became an elephant. So are we sure that we are going to get another human body again? That's why Prabhupada said, give me this one life. And he also says, do not worry. I have got just hold on to my dhoti. I have got the key of the back door of Vaikuntha. So I will take you there. So that is how fortunate we are. And then the listening process. Here it is saying about so many machineries. So we don't need to, like, I know sometimes, our fingers is our mind is saying just go on WhatsApp, go on Facebook, slide your phone. But what we can do, we can just listen. And we have just to listen to so many kathas, so many people are chanting the Harinam in different tunes. And we just have to do that even while we are cooking, while we are cleaning, while we are doing anything. There's no restriction of chanting or listening. anywhere, anytime, any place, any circumstance. There is no restriction. We just listen, or we can chant at the same time. Nothing stops us. And this hearing process, maybe we cannot chant all the time. Maybe when we are, because it is said, it is proven that the last sense to close down is a hearing sense. You see, sometimes we see people are in the coma. So you go and see them and you talk to them, but they cannot talk, they cannot respond, they cannot open their eyes, but they can hear because they will lift their finger or they will do and they will show a sign that they can listen to us. So that is the last sense to die. So that means that we can hear until maybe last minute of our time. That one we can do. Maybe we cannot chant because suppose somebody has got a heart attack and they need oxygen and they get big tube in the mouth, so they cannot talk. But the hearing sense is still there. We can always hear. That is also there, Prabhuji. Anyone who wants to share any realization, please? It's nice to just say a few words, just give a few examples.
Yes, Mataji, at least we are able to at least discuss this 1 hour instead of um, instead of doing other things, just hearing about the Srimad Bhagavatam, and then having the continuity of this work, this class is so important that we don't lose track, and then we keep on hearing this Bhagavad Gita. Yes, thank you, Mataji. Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna.
for me, it is morning here. For you, maybe it's night. For me, it's morning here, right? My day has started, every day my day starts like this. I start with listening in this class, and then I go to different classes whole day. From here to UK, and then UK we have a couple of classes, and then in the end to Toronto. So I am kind of rolling. I'm so happy. I'm not bragging about it. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't be telling that, but I am telling you how it happened. But now, also we know about all the gadgets that we have. We can use. You see, my daughter told me that whenever I see you, you have your earphone on. I said, what should I do? This 1 hour that we are discussing this katha, whoever is listening, they will be benefited. They will get the benefit of listening. And this 1 hour, we are just talking about the Lord, and we don't have anything in our mind to think about. Whatever is happening, let it happen. Whatever is I have to do later. But this 1 hour at least, my mind is focused on the Lord. My mind is not focused on anything else. Forget about everything. And this 1 hour, it will add to our life. If we go, I take this 1 hour, I start like backbiting, talking to others, listening to people, and watching nonsense. 1 hour will be diminished from my lifespan. It's not that I want a longer life. No, I want a blissful life. That's what I want. I want to be connected to the Lord. I want to hear more and more about the Lord. I want to listen more and more about the Lord. That's what it should be, all our goals of life. This is what we should be doing. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Mataji. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
what she's saying is very true that, we get this 1 hour, we really concentrate because this is the only 1 hour class which is really blissful and makes us get connected with Krishna also. We do our daily chanting, we do our daily nitkaram, but still this class really makes a lot of difference. And I'm really grateful that I'm attached to you guys and I'm listening to this class. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. I'm very happy that it is beneficial for everyone who are listening here. It doesn't matter you are doing your house chores, you are feeding your children, because that is also something that we need to do. But your hearing is here. You can hear, and when you hear, you assimilate, and when you assimilate, later on you will ponder on it, or you'll remember that is Shravanam. Then you remember what did this Mataji say, and then you put it into practice, and then so like yesterday in another class I was telling about I was talking about the senses itself, and I say we should control the senses, and I was talking about how merciful Lord Shri Krishna is. Even the breathing, he's breathing for us, right? He is breathing for us, because why I'm telling he's breathing for us, just think that we had to control the breathing. So what would happen when you are sleeping at night? We would not be able to do that. So he is doing that for us. He's breathing for us. Now, not only that, he brings the air to our nostrils. Wherever we are, he brings the air to our nostrils. And just think about if we had a meter reader in our nose, what would have happened? How much would we already overwhelmed with the bills, the gas, electricity, water, internet, and all this. But what if we had a meter reader in our nose, and then the one probably started laughing so much in Mataji, I didn't realize about it. Now I think that makes sense, because then we would be thinking, how much can I breathe? When should I breathe? When should I not breathe? Can I do all this? Can I make all these restrictions in my life? No, because the Lord is so merciful. He even brings that air to our nostrils, and he controls the breathing for us. So we don't realize it unless we are in the ICU grasping for air, and then oxygen need to be put to our nose. Then we realize. Even then, maybe people will not realize how much we are fortunate that the Lord is providing us with all these things freely. We take it for granted. So we should be thanking the Lord at every moment. Thank you. We wake up in the morning, thank you. I had a good night's sleep. It doesn't matter good or bad, but I had to rest. I had those hours to rest. Then in the evening, thank you. I had a nice day. I had food on the table. I had my family members here, and my limbs are okay. Thanks the Lord. In any situation, whatever has to happen will happen, but the Lord will give us this courage to focus in life and to go forward. But just leave everything to Krishna. He is there to take care. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much. Yeah, we have to take all these good points what we have heard, and then start practicing. All the. I mean, if you can remember throughout the day and throughout the night, if you can remember, if you can chant all the time which is available for us, how wonderful it will be. Although of course we are all samsaris, and in the sense we are all grihasthas, so we are doing our activities, but among the activities, when we dovetail everything to Krishna, how nice it will be to remember Krishna, to chant Krishna, to glorify Krishna in every. So as it is said in the purport, that there's no place that we don't need, I mean, we can restrict the chanting. There's no time. There's no there's no hard and fast rules for chanting. So how nice it will be if you can remember Krishna throughout the day and throughout the night. Of course, when we are sleeping, we are not aware, but still, if we are chanting and if we are hearing throughout the day, Krishna will bless us with maybe dreams of his pastimes in our dreams. Thank you.
Prabhuji, nobody is in the situation of Dhruva Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj, his own father, what he did not do to kill the son. When Prahlad Maharaj, Hiranyakashipu's sister, Holika, when he took Prahlad Maharaj when she took on her lap, she sat on the fire. Prahlad Maharaj was thinking, oh, this is Krishna. This is my Lord. Because Krishna said, this is fire, the fire digestion in our body. So Prahlad Maharaj thought, this is my Lord. So he was saved. When they were giving him poison in the sweet rice, he didn't think it poison. He said, this is Mahaprasad. and really turn to Mahaprasad. So nobody is torturing us as Hiranyakashipu tortured Prahlad Maharaj. And nobody sent us to the forest as Dhruv Maharaj went to the forest and how he meditated. So some people tell you, oh, now, oh, he's too young, she's too young to start a spiritual life. Look at those great souls. And some people tell you, when I retire, we hear these words very often. When I retire, I will start spiritual life. What is the meaning of retire? Why do the government said, okay, you have worked enough, you take rest now? Why? Because he sees that you are no more productive as you were when you were young. So now you are old enough, you go and take rest. So when your limbs are not moving, when you cannot walk, when you have back pain, when you cannot sit, when you have all kind of pains, your eyes, your nose, or your ears are not functioning properly, then you're going to start the spiritual life. That will be too late. People don't understand this. When I'm retired, I will start doing spiritual life. But that is nonsense. That is nonsense. But I'm not talking about others. I'm talking about myself. I started my spiritual life seriously, like very late in life. But then I pray to the Lord that I try to catch up, because really I was like in ignorance. I didn't know. Until my daughter, my twin daughter, when one of my twin daughter, when she was 11 or 12 years old, then she got a book given by her teacher to her at school, and that book was on Srila Prabhupada wrote that the small book that we had, Chant and Be Happy and all this. Then she brought home and she started reading, and she started telling everyone, and she stopped eating non-veg, because we were eating non-veg. We didn't know anything about our Krishna consciousness at that time. That's quite long ago. Now she's like 45, 46 years old. But when she was 11 years old, then we started our spiritual life, and that is how now I always thank her. Due to her, we are all on this platform. Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji, for the realizations.
Thank you.
I think if there are no other questions, I mean, there are no other reflections, we can end the chant. I mean, we end the session by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra once.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rajkakalpatarubhyasya kripasalubhavayevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, अनंत वैष्णव की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय. Thank you all for joining. I hope you have a good evening, because I think it's evening at your place, all of you. So thank you very much. And please keep joining for our own benefit. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.